everyone. Welcome to Absolute Comics, right here at the Comic Story and Podcast Network, the show that Sal and I bring to you every Tuesday at about 5 p.m. Eastern. We go over the latest comic book news, we talk about the latest stuff coming out, and we have a great time talking about this amazing industry. My name is Benny. I run a channel known as The Comic Storian. That over there is Sal. He runs a channel known as Comic Pop, and we have a special guest here today, Sal, don't we?
We do indeed.
Who's our guest, Sal? Sal was not ready for that.
I was not.
There was a set, and it just kind of fell.
It did, yeah. I was not very good at basketball or volleyball, so I'm afraid it's not going to happen.
No, our guest today is Sully. Sully, why don't you take a moment to explain yourself, everything
Explain
you currently
yourself.
do. Well, because I know what you used to do, but you've got a lot of things you want to promote now. So we're going to open with your promotion and end with your promotion. Sully, who are you, other than an amazing man with an amazing beard and hat?
Oh, thank you, sir. Right back at you. On the beard, anyway.
Yeah, I don't
yeah. I'm Sully. I'm a longtime nerd. I just changed up my Twitter profile, and now I'm a free agent nerd. That's how I list it. Did marketing at Funko for 3.5 years after running my own business, Nerd Foo, for about 5 before that. Nerd Foo's still up and running, but I've taken this time during all of COVID to start up some other things. I started a new podcast with my brother called Movie Retakes, where every other week we take a film that they've already announced either a sequel or a spinoff or something for. We break down the original film in the series, like we just did Gremlins. We watched Gremlins 1 and 2. We talk about the movies. We talk about some cool behind the scenes and interesting facts and things. And then we each give our own pitch on what we think a retake should be, whether that's a prequel, a sequel, a spinoff, a reimagining, a reboot, whatever you want to call it. So we're using our creative skills to actually write out our own pitches, which has been a lot of fun. My brother's actually a novelist, a writer, and so every week I've got to really buckle down and try to beat him out on some ideas. So far, it's not going so well for me, but it goes well for the listeners. It's a fun podcast. We just did our 9th episode was Gremlins, and we're working on Candyman. Is going to be our next one.
You know, I've
just had to
never
sit
seen
through-
Candyman. I've heard so many good things about it. I love horror movies. I've never seen Candyman.
It's interesting, I'll tell you that. I rewatched it for the first time in years. Candyman 1 and 2. And did you know there's a 3? I had no
Yes.
idea.
I don't even know what that.
There's also a reboot that I think Blumhouse produced.
Is there?
Really?
Yeah, it's not great.
But working on movie retakes, and then also I've turned to streaming. I've been a longtime gamer, longtime gaming fan. I may have had a little experience in front of the camera during my time at Funko, so I feel comfortable doing it now. I started on Mixer, RIP Mixer, and after 2 months, they decided to separate ways with me and the rest of us users, and so now I'm over on Twitch under the name CS Sully. And I see a couple of familiar names in the chat right now who are people that hang with me almost every night. I'm streaming 6 days a week right now. Everything from Animal Crossing to Rocket League to Halo 5 on Friday nights. And a lot of chatting, show and tell. I'll take stuff off the shelves behind me or at other rooms and show off and tell a story about how I got that collectible, what happened at that con, whatever. We do a lot of food talk too.
Well, as a
I'm a
streamer
boy, big
myself, food is like a central topic that everyone wants to talk about.
Yep,
We all eat it, so it's a great unifier.
it bonds us all.
That's right.
So that's what I'm up to these days, staying busy with those things and looking forward to a time when the world can get back to normal and I can go to cons again.
Yeah.
See, like we were talking before the show, I don't know if I'm going to go back to the amount of cons. Like, okay, so someone will pay you to do it, but you get to choose the cons you go to, Sully. Will
Yep.
you go to as many cons? Not on your dime, but will you still do? Because you and I did almost every con, and then you would beat me.
Yeah.
Like, I would do at least 1 or 2 a month, and you'd be like, 2 a month. Ha! That's chump change.
Rookie numbers.
I said that to you so many times.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're always
I was-
flaunting your con stuff.
It was every other weekend pretty much for the last 2-3 years, it felt like. It was rare. If I had a weekend off, I was sleeping to catch up from the previous weekend of cons. I don't think I'd go to as many, but I'd definitely still go to some because that's where I get to see my chosen nerd family, all my friends.
Right.
And if I don't have to work as many hours, those won't take the same toll on me either. I can actually visit my hotel room from time to time and sleep, which would be nice.
See, I always had the broken ankles excuse, which is not really an excuse, but I used it like crazy. I'd be like, having fun. All right, I'm annoyed. My ankles hurt. I'm going to go to the hotel room and sleep.
I have been with you at every con you and I have been to. That happens. So now I know it's crap.
I mean, you've never questioned how I can bike 50 miles a week and run 10 miles, but then I get tired out at a con.
The reality is, though, at a con, you put so much mileage on everything that you don't realize, like, you've walked 100 miles in, like, less than 10 hours.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
So I'd imagine that you, like, definitely have some fatigue. I mean, like, I have nothing, like, physically impairing me from being able to just go forever, and yet after 2 hours I'm like, we gotta stop, we gotta go someplace else. Hey, is it lunch? We should just go get lunch. And they're like, yeah, we can eat on the go. I'm like, absolutely not. We're gonna find a bench, we're gonna find a seat, we're gonna go to a table, anything.
Everyone's always like, let's go to the food court, and I'm always like, let's go find a restaurant that serves alcohol.
Yeah, right.
Yes. A good sit and a good beer is very important in the middle of a con.
That's right.
Yeah, I had to start working out after my first couple cons with Funko, where I was working 16, 17-hour days, standing the entire day, and maybe having a couple of small snacks. It kicked my ass.
Yeah.
I had to
Cardio,
get back into
good
the
footwear.
gym. Exactly. Yeah, I get new shoes every 6 months. I'm constantly running on the treadmill or outside now. I'm staying in that Comic-Con shape, or Comic-Con fit as we call it.
Didn't you do? You did a thing on your Twitter, Comic-Con Fit, and you were doing challenges and stuff. I wanted to get into that, but that was the beginning of COVID, and I more enjoyed sitting around in my underwear and a hoodie and doing nothing. So
I was afraid that would turn into 30 pounds on me. So I've been running 3 miles a day, almost every day since all this COVID business started. I'm down 10 pounds while sitting around streaming on Twitch.
It's hard to gauge. Like, do you look good, or is your web camera angled just perfectly?
There's a little bit of both. There's some magic.
So, all right. Well, that is Sully. That's where you can find him, and I definitely highly recommend it. He's a great guy to talk to, and if he's streaming, you can talk to him yourself. As per usual, we do have a list of topics. None of them are good. So
They're good. Dan did a nice job.
I think there's two big ones on here that Dan did a good job finding, and that we can actually make a show out of.
Okay.
So if you could have quite a bit to say about these two topics. Comic-Con at home will almost entirely be pre-recorded with a small possibility for live events.
That's so dumb.
You really think so? I was going to say, like, how do you feel about Comic-Cons moving in that direction? Because Emerald City talked about doing something very similar to that.
Yeah, they did. Well, every con, once they found out that they couldn't get the deposit back at a convention center, they were like, how can we salvage this? What can we do to make this still an immersive experience for the fan that was willing to spend money on a hotel, travel, and all the merch that they would get at a convention? And they settled on making these virtual cons, which actually you and I both participated in a solely virtual con at Home Comic-Con, which is a ton of fun, all live, all YouTubers, and we didn't do the full con experience. It was more just like a live stream than it was a standard convention, right? I mean, it wasn't like a convention, a con experience. And so, like, Benny, we all have this experience. We've been to enough cons to know what the con experience is. I don't think it's replicatable online. Ultimately, I think that you can approximate, you can kind of like fudge it, but you gotta put in a lot of work, and that work needs to be a virtual equivalent for every single aspect. You got to create, like, because cons are a media and sensory bombardment. It's not just we're gonna go to a panel and see so and so talk about whatever. That's like 1/100th of an experience at the con, and that's what. Yeah.
Well, suddenly I actually want to ask you this, because you're like me and Sal. You've always done your own panel, and I've seen you pop into your friends. How many panels did you go to other than the Friends panels?
I used to go to a lot. When I went as a fan, my first 2 years at San Diego Comic-Con, my time was either in line or in Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con. I would spend entire days, 12, 14 hours in there watching panels, and I loved it. There's nothing on this planet like sitting in Hall H when they bring out all of Marvel or all of like I
Star
saw
Wars
X-Men
or-
You're
Days of
using
Future
the
Past
best
come out.
examples, though, of
Yeah,
why to go
Hall
watch this.
H. First of all, never been to San Diego Comic-Con, so I've never had the Hall H experience. I've got New York Comic-Con, which I've never had an equivalent panel even close to what
the
they were able to
entire
do
MCU.
with any Hall H, much less like the ones you mentioned specifically that you were a part of. Which, by the way, completely jealous. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
But yeah, man, like the panels are cool, but again, like when you're like walking the floor, merchandise, celebrities, autographs, sketches, just the experience of being surrounded by like-minded people, cosplay, like none of this is replicatable. None of this is like translatable, and yet they're like Comic-Con. It was like I remember when they made the announcement, they're like, "We're going digital." I'm like, "Good luck with that."
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was
It's
gonna ask
going to
you
be
about.
interesting to see because
You know
they
what?
also didn't have a year to plan for it. They had to make a decision in
Yeah, they
6
had, like,
weeks
a month?
to pull
Yeah.
it all together, and you can't get all these stars together in one place. So I mean, like we're the kind of folks that can pull off a Zoom or Discord type thing.
Yes.
But I'm kind of done watching reunions of Community where they're all at their home with bad lighting and horrible microphones, and somebody's inevitably in the camera like this.
Yes.
And that's what's going to happen at Comic-Con as well, unless they really step up and produce the hell out of it.
I will say on those reunions though, the Parks and Rec one was the best. Did you watch that one?
I watched part of it, and it was better than the rest, but still serviceable.
I felt it because it was the only one that them all being online for the meeting made any sense. Like
Yeah.
for reunion.
Well, they were able to make it. It was able to be in universe. Like they could
Yeah.
actually make a canon episode of Parks
Yes.
and Rec. Whereas otherwise, you just got to see everyone from Community reveal that they don't have Donald Glover on their phones. Like, which by the way, I saw that Community episode and I had a blast. But it was also like, this is cool. But like, why didn't they do an unproduced script, or why didn't they like, there's any number of things they could have done. That would have made it more worthwhile.
Wait, I didn't actually watch that one. They don't have Donald Glover on their phone.
No, well they have they have a group text like so many dead shows. The entire Firefly team has a group text, but the Community team, like everyone from Community has a group text. Donald Glover's not on it because they just assumed he would never want to be on it.
That's kind
He was on it under Childish Gambino. That was the problem.
That was the problem.
They were
Yeah.
looking under the wrong letter.
Yeah, they. And then he was like, they're like, oh, he said he was like, we should have a group text. They're like, oh crap,
They have to
like,
start
oh,
over
cool.
and pretend it didn't happen.
right? It was very sad.
Yeah. So yeah, no, but that's so. I mean, I guess you have the best example of why this won't work then, because can you get your Hall H experience? I was just gonna say because we would go to like Emerald City and stuff. I probably went to your panels at Emerald City, and I went to maybe like some of my favorite creators, or if DC invited me to something, I went to that. But I never just went out of my way to go to panels.
No.
And you've got you're trying to compare it to Hall H. Are you even gonna get
man.
close to Hall H?
Because if you're thinking Comic-Cons, first of all, when you say Comic-Con, what do you think of? You think of San Diego. And when you think of a
Yes.
panel, in my mind, and I think for many, you think Hall H. And if anybody's going to try to pull it off, it would have to be them. And yeah, you're missing, like you said, you're missing so many elements. One of them, too, is if they're going to pre-record, fans going up to the mic and asking a question. Like for anybody who's been to Hall H, Crazy Button Lady. This one lady that's there every single year. Chris Hardwick has gotten into yelling matches with her at the con before. She's not going to be there. I'm not going to get to hear her stupid questions whenever we get
No.
the Hall H experience. And, sadly, I'm kind of going to miss that.
Normally
Yeah.
with panels, I enjoy the Q&A more than the actual panel. I
Yeah,
want
a
to see
lot
the
of
dumb
times.
questions they're going to ask.
Well, or you're going to get some kind of like surprise reveal or some kind of like inadvertent, if Tom Holland's on the panel, you're going to find out what they're going to do for the next 3 Avengers movies. Like, there's all kinds of opportunity there that you're just, it's too corporate, it's too polished, like the Comic-Con guys, this is amazing, this is fantastic, we'll remove the fan element from this convention. It's like, no, that's not how it works, man. Like that.
I get
what-
they
what is
have
the-
jobs to pay and stuff, but this isn't going to be what anybody wants, in my opinion. That's going to be the problem
No.
with it. It's just going to be, it's going to be like us watching Parks and Rec and Communities reunion, like exactly like you said, Sully. Somebody's going to be leaning
Yep.
back, and there's
Yeah, they're gonna have their camera like up here. They're gonna have that horrible. I used my iPad webcam. No.
Yes.
Can we just comment for a moment how funny I find it that so many stars don't understand how the internet works when it
Dude,
comes to
nuts.
like these calls?
I was so embarrassed for so many of them. Like, I'm a big Conan fan. I'm like, Conan, I know you don't care, but could you hire someone who does to just turn the camera just a little bit, like, because it's just no. Did you see? I don't remember who it was, but it was some massive YouTuber who made like a video where they like ran down all the late night hosts and how they all like crapped the bed when it came to like trying to do the YouTube thing on like on TV, and then how they're like, Trevor Noah is the only one who's young enough to know what YouTube is to make YouTube shows, like to change the entire format of, you know, the Daily Show with Trevor Noah into this new format, and the numbers correlate. Like people are like, oh, that's a show.
Right.
You just doing a Zoom meeting on television sucks.
Or John Krasinski. His thing was amazing.
He
did
sold
such a great
that
job
show,
with that.
though. That was hilarious.
I don't know why he didn't continue. He sure should have.
Yeah.
Money, baby. He sold that to CBS All Access.
Did he need it? I mean, for God's sakes.
But it's, you know what it is, and it's a game we're all trying to play. It's called passive income. He made 8 episodes of this show that he didn't have to put any work into, that had like for some reason 100 people in the credits, and he sold that after 8 episodes, and he doesn't even have to be on it anymore. He's just a producer on it. So CBS will make probably 13 episodes before, you know, people cancel their CBS All Access subscriptions, and then he'll just keep getting checks for all these shows that he doesn't have to make anymore. That's called passive income. That is a genius move. That is 3D chess.
But doesn't
Somebody
he,
wants
I mean,
to buy
in
my
the-
Twitch channel. CBS, I'm all
Boom.
accessible right now.
all
Exactly. You kidding me?
I love your
All
terminology.
accessible.
I'm all accessible.
That's amazing. Right? But yeah, so there are some people who know how to play the game. I doubt the San Diego Comic-Con organizers are going to be able to do it. I hope they do. When they announced it, I remember kind of being excited because I was like, man, Benny and I could probably finagle some kind of live panel with the San Diego Comic-Con banner on it. Then you find out it's all pre-recorded. It's like, oh, well then I'm not going.
The only problem I have with the San Diego and all these guys trying to do it, the issue that I've always had with cons is it's run by a bunch of old people who don't know like the current day and age, and they question why things don't work right. You know, like my experience in the comic book industry to the level that we are, where we're these influencers, the amount of people that come to me and Sal and they go, "So what do you do? You could promote your stuff on the internet, like
Right. Man. Yeah, and then you see them, and then you see like what's fascinating for me, and this is a little bit inside baseball. I don't want to get too deep into it because I don't want to tell tales out of school. But like, you know, they'll come to us and be like, "Hey, how do you do what you do?" You know, like, "Oh, this is cool," and then they'll go home and try to do it themselves.
Yeah.
They're like, I've created your show, and here it is. And it's like, and no one cares, and no one's watching. And it's also completely, like, corporatized. Like, here's something that really sucks, and we think it's amazing. And everyone who's on the panel thinks it's amazing. Don't you guys love this? And the audience is like, what the hell is this? This is exactly like the thing I normally watch, but it sucks.
And it's only on Facebook.
yeah."
And we keep it only on Facebook.
Good luck trying to find it or comment on it.
Right, exactly. But you know what's funny? If they hate it enough, they'll find a comment section. They'll be like, I
yep.
got it. Here we go. Here's my opinion. But yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I don't know. Comic-Con, there's something sacred about a Comic-Con, about like the experience, and there's the conceit of it is going somewhere and being around people. If the country can't go do that, you can't have a Comic-Con.
No, I think that we're seeing definitely a shift, and we'll probably have some residual effects after the fact, after we get back to normal. I keep putting in quotes because it'll never be normal.
It's never going to be the same. That's one thing I was talking about. It's even if
doing
we
it at
go
Funko.
back to normal, I tell you right now, I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more hygienic and a lot more stay the hell away from me
Yes.
attitude.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Because you know what? What if this happens again? I don't want to be patient zero because I decided to hug everyone. You know, like
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not only
No,
that,
thank you.
but you also have this. You have the issue of like we were talking earlier about how when this is all over, we're not going to go back to as many cons as we used to. I don't think there's going to be as many cons to go back to at all.
No, a lot of them I know for a fact were kind of hanging on by a thread, and they're hanging on
Yep.
by that year-to-year income.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
and some of them are big, like that you know the name of, and you're like, oh, that's damn.
That's a reason why companies like Wizarding World or Wizard for a while, and then now who is it? Reed that owns Emerald City Comic Con, New York Comic Con, all those. They're buying them up because they have kind of franchised it in a way. They buy it and corporatize it, and they know how to make a little more money. But then that usually means the prices of everything go through the roof too. So.
Completely, yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
That's never fun.
I think what we'll see is a lot more of it going down to the individual companies and people around it. We were doing it at Funko for Emerald City Comic Con this year. We ended up doing a virtual con. We were live streaming. We had our Funcast panel. We were doing giveaways. We were showing off sketches of the artists.
See,
we were
there
giving
you
away
go.
prizes.
So you get it. You know, you know
had
what
it.
a con is. You've worked it before, and you know what people want.
Yeah.
So we'll see a lot more of that, and that'll allow fans to connect with the companies that they cared about the most in the first place. So now people instead of standing in line for whatever company they were going to buy stuff from, they can be watching that content online and trying to buy virtually.
Right.
It'll be different, but it'll be interesting to see for sure.
Yeah. The whole world has been, you know, the geek community has gotten big. I remember like when cons were starting to become like bigger, and like New York Comic Con first started, it shared with the Javits Center the travel show. So you had people in like these huge ornate costumes, 2006, like first year, walking against like old people who were like trying to think if they wanted to spend their retirement savings on a boat. And they're just like, they're looking at it like, what the hell is this? And when is it going to go away? And then it got to the point where now San Diego, like the Javits is too small for New York Comic Con.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yep.
And that's a microcosm of the con environment, particularly in the United States, but I'm sure across the world, where it's like, there is no city without a con now.
Right.
And that I think is going to recede. We thought it could only get bigger, and of course, like now with hindsight, it's like, oh, I guess it was a bubble. Like it's going to shrink back down. You're gonna have people being like,
but no one could have planned for a pandemic to be.
no, I'm not like fie on you for not like planning, you know, for the inevitable. But like at the same time, it's like, I guess it's not as maybe it's not as big as we all thought it was going to be or it was getting. You know, maybe it'll be more reasonable. Who knows? You know, like. There were 2 big Philadelphia Comic-Cons within 2 weekends of each other. I feel like there'll probably only be like one, maybe.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
If that, like maybe they'll go like, you know what? Maybe you could just go to New York in October. Like, how about that? Like, I don't know. It's going to be really weird, and it's unpredictable, I think.
Yeah, but what are Edward James Olmos and Norman Reedus and Nathan Fillion going to do on weekends for the next 10 years? Like they were banking at those cons.
Don't
Like,
forget all the Power Rangers.
All the Power
absolutely.
Rangers.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Mark Ruffalo.
Jason David Frank was at every con ever. If there were 2 in a weekend, he was still at both. Like
And
had
Jason
him-
David Frank pulled in crazy numbers, like Beatles numbers. Like
I have so many things signed by Jason David Frank.
who doesn't? Everyone has at least one Jason David Frank autograph.
I do too. I'm not even
know
a
it.
fan, and I have something.
Yeah.
How do you not?
He's sneaking into homes, signing the bottom of furniture and stuff. You know, whatever
I
it
got you.
takes.
I got you guys.
You never know.
All right, so the next topic then, and then we'll go on to this list of Sully's announcements that he discovered for. Do you have a way to put that on screen, Sal? Out of curiosity for the Twitch people?
Oh yeah, maybe.
I'll tell you about the first topic. There's a rumor going around that the Justice League universe in DCEU is going to be rebooted as Justice League Rebirth. First off, did you like Justice League the movie, Sully?
It was okay.
Amazing.
Are you a Snyderverse fan?
I'm interested to see what he does with the Snyder cut. I like his films. I don't love his films. I was much more of a Nolan guy. I love the Nolan Batman films.
I loved your PR. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a hater. I can really appreciate the fact that he put his heart and soul into producing these things. I can't do it. So kudos to him. I'll watch it once. My test is, will I buy it when it comes out? And I didn't buy those movies, so.
That's a good idea. Yeah. So how do you feel about them officially just kind of moving in a brand new direction then? For Justice League Rebirth.
I think DC needed to. I mean, they have this amazing catalog of stories in the comics, so I hear from everyone. I'll admit I'm not a big comic reader. But I have always heard that the comics for DC were far superior in the stories that they told, and yet we weren't getting that on film, whereas Marvel was just killing it with the MCU.
Yeah.
So can you try to do that? I would love that. Thank you.
I mean, I think the biggest problem DC's had is they didn't know what to do after the Snyderverse. They keep coming out with movies, and it's always a question of, is that in the universe? Is that in the I don't even know. What is even happening? What is it?
Yeah.
Wonder Woman was great. I loved Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
But that wasn't Snyder. So
I think he produced some of it or whatever.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he was an
see-
executive producer on it.
We've said the same. I'm only saying it because I know we talked about this on camera. And I think all of us have said like, oh, and Snyder had nothing to do with it, and then they'll descend on you. No, his name is involved in the credits.
I don't know
in
what I'm
some
talking about. Bring an
capacity.
internet. I'm
Yeah.
fine with it. You just come over to my Twitch channel later and berate me all you want, as long as you follow. I'm
Yes,
fine with
don't
it.
forget to and use bits to
Turn
do
on
it.
follower chat. That's how you guarantee they're going to have to follow.
Do the highlighted text where you spend the points on that. Yeah, please.
All right. Well, I mean, not much more to say about that. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with that.
Yep.
But maybe
I also
we
think it's a
should-
great name.
What? Justice League Rebirth?
I think it's a great idea. It's a
Well,
good name.
They're literally going in the Rebirth direction.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Go for it.
Rebirth, retakes. I feel like I know a podcast that might have something to say about that.
Okay, so next part of our discussion, since there's not much more comic book related news to talk about, Dan gave us a couple great ones, but like, did you know who Null is, Sully?
No.
Okay, so we'll move on from that one.
I want to hear you explain Null to Sully.
Okay, all right. So you know Venom, right?
Yep.
Okay, all right. So Venom is actually an alien from the planet Symbiotes, but as it turns out, the symbiotes are actually the branch off of an ancient evil god that he created to conquer planets, but they realized what they were being created for, so they turned themselves into a prison to imprison the evil god Null and prevent him from getting free. But Null has reached out through Venom and Carnage to basically get a thread and get out of his prison, and is now taking control of all of the symbiotes to attack the Marvel Universe, because thanks to Venom, he wasn't able to stop Null because he saved his kid instead. So now Null's coming to conquer the universe. I think I got that. There you go.
Yeah,
I'd
that's pretty
watch
good.
that.
Right.
That
Well,
sounds like a
you're
good
gonna have
movie.
to read it.
Oh. So can someone narrate it to me?
It is drawn by Stegman, so it is dope. It'll look cool, I promise.
Yeah. I'm actually waiting
Good
for
call.
the Null Funko Pop to come out. So
Yeah, where is that?
Don't ask me. I might know some people still.
Yeah. All right. So he did a great job, because we talked about talking about some of the collectibles, and he brought up that a lot of the San Diego Comic-Con toys and collectibles. I don't like saying toys, but when you say toys, more people get it. I've noticed.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know, like Funkos are collectibles, but if I go to like my mom and I'm like, yeah, the collectibles, she's like, what are you talking? Toys. They're
Yeah.
toys, Mom.
Yeah. All right, Mom, fine. You got me. It's toys.
So anyway, the announcements have all kind of started rolling out. So he kind of compiled a list so that we can go through them. And as Sal and I are both collectibles, we are collectibles who collect.
You can
things.
collect us.
As we
One of
are,
ones.
yeah, as we are collectors, we of course are excited about this kind of stuff. So Sal's gonna put it on screen now.
There you go.
Did Sully like work in some stuff like I freaking hate you? Like so we're
I guess you'll find out in a minute. Yeah, so like you said, we are definitely in the zone right now. The 2 weeks prior to San Diego Comic-Con was always the time where I would do this research anyway, going back to when I was running my site Nerd Foo, just so I knew what I was going to tackle when I got to the show.
Right, I did.
Now
the same
we
thing.
need to know what to tackle to order from home.
Or I would hit you up and go, what's gonna be there? When can
Yeah.
I get in line?
Exactly. Like, you're going to have to get in line with everybody else, bud. Good luck with it. So, of course, I had to start it off with Funko, because for me, that's been the focus of cons since 2012, even long before I worked there. That was the line I was always trying to get in, or the booth I was trying to get in. And this year, Funko has diminished the amount of exclusives they have, with 44 announced so far. This doesn't include the exclusives at like Diamond Exclusives booth or Entertainment Earth that have their own pops or movie moments or
Okay.
comic moments. But this
How
is
many
everything
do
that
they
would have been it.
normally do? How many normal because the shared exclusives, I actually disliked it when you guys did that, but I was like that crazy hunter who wanted the right sticker and things like that, So do you
I'm
guys,
the same way.
when it was shared exclusives, I'm like, it's not as like, I get the sticker's still there, but
Yeah, it started taking over the last few years. I mean, financially, I think it makes a lot of sense for Funko to do that. As a collector, the way to stand out is still to try to get the booth sticker, which is what Funko Shop will have, is the booth stickers, if you will. But they definitely diminished. Normally, they would have 70 to 80 exclusives in a year
So they're
for
about
San Diego
half.
Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so they cut it down to about half. I don't know why, if that was a decision because they wanted to put stuff out to other cons, or maybe it's a manufacturing issue. I heard somebody speculate on that this week on another podcast, saying maybe it was coming from different factories and some were available and some weren't. I don't know.
You know what?
I got
You're right,
nothing to
because I
confirm
do
that.
remember the one year that me and Brandon got in line and we managed to get close enough to the front that we literally went in there. We're like, we'll take one of everything. And they're like, do you really mean one? I'm like, one of it all. I'll sort it out later. And I had
If
like
I don't
these
want it-
two big bags of like $1,000 in pops. And I'm like,
I've done that walk many times.
And then
some
of course
good
you got the
stories
one
from that one.
friend who's like, well, can we like go around to the other side? Because I want to see if something's at this other booth. And you're like, so I'm walking across San Diego Comic-Con like this, like,
Your arms just shaking.
Yeah.
Trying to hold the bags.
See,
How do those little figures weigh so much?
It's a workout.
I made the mistake of telling them everything, but I didn't look at the menu that year to see that you also had skateboards that year.
Oh, yeah.
So they had all I got
Golden
them over
Girls.
there still. I got all the skateboards in the bag and everything.
Those are awesome. Yeah, but that adds some serious weight to the bag. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
it does. Okay,
There's 44 total Funko items. They'll all be shared, I think, with the exception of there's one that's listed as show only. That's the TV Black Lightning, and then the Funko Shop items.
okay.
Which I got to point out this too as I go down this list. This is the year of the turtle, man. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has major representation, like from all the big companies this year. And I don't know.
Wow.
I mean, I know it's always been popular, but it's kind of crazy to me how much turtle stuff there is this year. So if you're a Turtles fan, RIP your wallet. I'm real sorry.
Yeah, they just
Sorry
announced
for your experience there.
through the rumor mill that Turtles it was supposed to be announcing the next movie, and it was going to be related to comic book plot lines now.
Yeah.
So
I have
what a
heard
good
rumors
idea.
of another series too.
Yeah, so I guarantee all of this is lining up with the announcements that were supposed to come out at San Diego Comic-Con. I am noticing on this list, though, the Walgreens exclusive. Is that the crappy Deadpool from Wolverine Origins?
It sure
Yes.
is.
And isn't it awesome because it's the crappy Deadpool? I love it.
Who
I
at
saw that,
Funko
I'm
was
like,
like, you know what? We really don't have crappy Deadpool.
I mean, it's amazing because who in a million years, who else has done that? No one else has done that. I got to have that in my collection. It's amazing. I have so many Deadpools. I need the crappy version too, man.
I know exactly what I have. Like a Deadpool statue. I have Deadpool pops. I have all the Deadpool stuff. Deadpool comes in every variation. I need Ryan Reynolds as crappy sewn up mount Deadpool.
It's brilliant. I can't wait to see what the fans really say about it. I didn't read the comments under the reveals just because comments, right? But
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, but I love that one.
I like the GameStop ones. They got which one is that? Which Pokemon is that? There's a Pokemon in there, and it's
Yeah,
Super
there's a
Sonic.
couple.
Yeah,
Oh, one.
yeah. There's one Pokemon.
The
that was a
Sonic
recent
2-pack.
thing. Yeah,
Mr.
Sonic 2-pack.
Freeze from Batman Forever. That's
Oh
freaking
my
awesome.
god, that is.
Is this the
So
year
good.
of characters we never made pops for because they were the crappy versions in these other movies?
They did reveal a lot of the like the '89, the Tim Burton Batmans, the Batman Forever pops at Toy Fair in January, and there's
Okay.
oh man, Penguin, Joker, they're amazing. And then the Mr. Freeze Schwarzenegger, they did a main line, but then this is like a glitter,
Okay.
almost a translucent
Oh.
with glitter. It looks sick.
Those Hot Topic ones. That's Goku. That's the guy from My Hero Academia. Bakugo. Who's the other one? Is
That's Nightcrawler
Is that Nightcrawler?
from
and
the
it
movie.
looks-
Is that crappy
looks
version of
sick.
Nightcrawler?
I mean, it's not on a scale of 1 to Deadpool crappy. It's somewhere in the middle. You can't
Yeah, I
go
like that
all the way
Nightcrawler.
Deadpool
He's
crappy.
cool.
And is that Doom?
I'm excited.
For your entertainment? Who is that?
For your
what's
entertainment.
FYI.
FYI.
Oh, no. That's from Jay and Silent Bob's reboot.
Oh my god, it's
Yeah.
Iron Bob.
Yep, isn't that great?
I
thought so,
liked
too.
that movie. I thought the movie was a lot better than it was supposed to be.
Yeah,
It was so
Kevin did a great
aware
job.
of itself. That's what I loved about it.
Yes, it was. It was a lot of fun. I'm
like
excited
the,
for Cat Yzma over there in Box Lunch.
Yes.
Is that
That's
what that is?
amazing.
I still every time I see Box Lunch, it still blows my mind that it's just Hot Topic under a not as gothy name.
Yeah, what?
Wait, you
Oh,
didn't know that?
No,
Yeah.
I did not.
Box Lunch is just Hot Topic. Just the branding for Hot Topic is gothic. So they made
Box
Lunch.
Lunch is Hot Topic with the lights on.
Yeah. It's literally what it is. It's
awesome.
the exact same company and everything. And I know that because I did a deal with Box Lunch for a charity,
Mm-hmm.
but it all funnels through Hot Topic. And I was like, oh my, what?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And the way they merchandise their stores is actually really smart. They do it by themes. So you can walk in and there's like a whole Harry Potter area. There's a whole Disney area. And it works really well for them.
That's cool.
All right.
If you notice, too, in the upper right there, you've got the toucans from SDCC.
Yeah.
One's a superhero. One's like an astronaut. And then there's a special one that's not shown here that's a red, I believe, the astronaut, that is only available if you're like a Comic-Con museum member.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had no idea this was happening until the list came out, and you have to subscribe at certain tiers. And I heard somebody saying the minimum tier is $500 for a year, and the other tier is like $1,200 for the year. So if you want to get that one, you got to really go all in, or you had to have been lucky enough to know somebody that's in that Comic-Con museum club already.
I want the Jack in the Box one at the bottom.
That's one of my favorites.
They're gonna
I
make me start
love-
collecting again. Now that I've made room, it's gonna be like, all right, I'm doing Funkos again.
Yep.
Is that Osmosis Jones in the Walmart one?
No, I thought so too. That's a Fortnite character.
Ah, well, that would
yep.
explain why I don't know who it is. Yeah.
Yep.
I did finally
every
download
12-year-old
Fortnite
does.
again. Was that?
I said now every 12-year-old knows who that is, though.
Yeah,
There
I
you
guarantee
go.
you. I did re-download Fortnite finally because they announced the Captain America skin for the weekend. So I
Yes.
downloaded it,
that's
I
sick.
bought the skin, I equipped it, and there's just so many options at Fortnite now because I played it back when it was Fortnite single player or PvP. That's all the options we had.
Yeah.
And I loaded up, and it's like, so I'm like, okay, we're not going to do this off.
Yeah. I like that zombie thing or whatever you might want to. I don't know what's
where
the
you-
from
Cy-
GameStop.
I can see you getting Cyborg Superman.
Oh, yeah, that's
yeah.
the thing.
Is why do I see a skeleton?
Yeah, I think it's part of the Marvel Zombies series.
That's really cool.
And it's a 10-inch.
Oh, so it's like
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Whatever
Yeah,
happened.
the 10-inches are hefty boys.
They are. Yeah.
I've got
They're
some in the
heavy.
other room. I don't have any here.
I mean,
There's a
known.
9-inch Sully.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know. You have to have all the Sullys.
It's a given. It's a given.
I know our show is known for tangents, and I do have a quick tangent that you won't have any answers to, Sully. Whatever happened to that Marvel Zombies reboot, Sal?
Which one?
It came-
Oh, the like.
They came out with one
comic?
issue, and they were going to Earth, and they just left it.
Oh yeah. Good question.
So, but
don't
Deceased
know.
is DC Zombies, right? And they did really well.
Yes.
So Marvel came out with their own reboot, Sully, and they were
Oh
like, "Yeah, Marvel Zombies are coming back. Marvel Zombies are coming back." And they put out one issue, and we've heard nothing since then.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it
I
came
hope
out
the
at like,
comments let us know
October.
because
Yeah.
I'm very curious.
Yeah,
I don't
There's
Marvel's
the
on-
animated series, right? Isn't there an animated
Yes.
series for that?
Well, we're getting them in the Marvel What If Disney Plus TV show.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're gonna come up, and I was amazed. We actually got like halfway zombified Tony Stark Iron Man in that Spider-Man Far From Home movie. Like that was pretty neat. I'm like, wow, I did not expect that. I was not like Marvel Zombies are like culturally particularly popular. A lot of people like them. Studium got a lot of like traction as a result, and like it's just like I don't know. I was like, they're never gonna put that in the movie, and then sure enough, like they're getting a Disney Plus show. You got like shades of it in the Spider-Man movie. I don't know. I'm just like, okay, I'll never say they won't do anything, like because they could. They'll
Yeah.
just put it every. You're gonna get an Alpha Flight movie one day. I promise. It's gonna happen.
I love that kind of stuff. That's what keeps it fresh and new. I mean, you can
Yeah.
keep making MCU movies forever, but if you can start hitting some of that fringe stuff, you're going to bring in whole new crowds.
Well, I mean,
That's
Guardians
right.
of the Galaxy and Captain Marvel proved the fringe
Yep.
stuff really can work. So,
Yeah. By the way,
Guardians
Captain
was-
Marvel got one. Like
Could've
you got a
gone
Captain
either
Marvel.
way.
oh, that's the evil Captain Marvel. Come on, get it right.
I know, but you still got a Captain Marvel.
That's
Funko
the
for
fake
this.
evil Captain Marvel, where she's pretending to be evil and pretending to kill people.
Right. Good call.
You gotta clarify.
I really
Yeah.
like that, and I like that
Anchorman.
Ra's al Ghul. He's fun. Ooh,
You see the Anchorman ones in there? And the upper
That's
right.
who those are. I couldn't tell
Yeah.
who those
Oh my
were.
God.
I'm like, they all look like Edgar Allan Poe. Okay, yeah.
They do. Oh my God, it could be the same head sculpt. That's hilarious. Now I got to compare them. I want those. I'm kind of intrigued why all 5 of those went to a con versus a main line.
Yeah.
But I'm not asking questions. I'm just buying. So.
All right, exactly. Who
Yeah,
is
so it's
okay, so down on the left of Michelangelo,
Yep.
who is that?
Left of Michael. Oh, that's Harry Potter.
What?
Really?
Yep. With the big top hat on, with the red and the black. I'm not a Harry Potter guy. I can tell you from
Me
what,
either.
But I remember looking at the reveals and saying that was Harry Potter.
Who's the one right
Cool.
above him with the remote?
Now that's a good question. Let me see if I can zoom in. I totally forgot. Because I watched the reveals, but I mean, hell, unless I'm working in a booth, a lot of times I'm not going to remember. You know,
No,
once you
that's
get
fair.
it in hand and you get to look at it and answer questions and stuff, then it takes on a whole new meaning.
Is it like generic Apple employee? Like
I'm sure someone's already typing it. Oh, you know what it is?
Doctor
It's
Who.
Wallace.
yeah, this say
Scott
Doctor
Pilgrim.
Who in the chat.
No, it's Scott Pilgrim. Because I heard another podcast talking about this week. Brian Mariotti, the owner of Funko, loves Scott Pilgrim, and so almost every con there's like almost always one Scott Pilgrim, and he just keeps expanding the series. It's like the most impossible set to complete because you'd had to have gone to all the cons or be able to wiggle your way into somebody who can pick it up for you. Very tough one to complete. Luckily, this one's not as limited as some of the others. There have been some at cons that were under 1,000 pieces.
Wow.
For the
Wa-
Scott Pilgrim.
that- as soon as you said Wallace, though, now I can. Oh yeah, that is Wallace. That's totally Wallace.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
so that one's going to be hot just because those people who are trying to complete those sets are going to go after it. And then the right above that is the sodas. I don't know if you guys have seen those.
No.
I watched-
see
Yeah, they actually-
Trapjaw.
They actually come in a real metal can. I don't have any in here right now, I don't think. Nope. But they come in a real metal can, and they're sealed and shrink wrapped. So, and a lot of times these don't have them, but the main lines have chases, and you never know until you get home and break the shrink wrap off and pop the top off if you got the chase or not. which
Yeah,
is
don't tell me
really
that
smart.
because I'm the guy that goes into GameStop, Sully, and like if they have like I'm trying to think. A great example is like these. So I'll pick up those little like figurines in the bags from Funko and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, "Oh, I want this one. I'll take the box so I can open them all up and get the chase that I want."
Yeah.
Yep. They're gunning right for you, man.
Yeah, exactly. But you gotta make it so I can see what I'm buying. I like that better because I don't spend as much.
That's true.
Yeah. No, well, don't start collecting this line then, or you'll go mad trying to get. Because most of them are like a 1 in 6 to get the chase, and at
God.
price tag of $15 a piece, that gets expensive.
yeah, that's
fast.
just a little. Yeah.
I mean, they're a regular soda-sized can, and the figure fills almost the entirety, top to bottom, inside the can. So,
I like
there's
this
two
comment I
moats
want to
in
give
there.
you. It's a comment to you, Sully. I like Sully. I don't know who he is, but I like him.
well, thank you, Tiger Rugger.
He's got his own his Twitch channel, and you can join him on a 6-day-a-week schedule where he talks about all kinds of collectibles and movies and games and does his own podcasting. If our mods could link that through, that'd be great.
Man, go mods, go.
That would be great.
Thank you, Flash Pool.
Yes, thank you. All right, so let's move down the line then, so we can keep moving here. Because Funkos,
absolutely.
I mean, unless any more comments on the Funkos, any more?
No, I mean, I think it's a decent lineup. Because they did shrink it down. I think there's still a lot for everybody, though. I love how they are all over the board with the different types of licenses and fandoms that they carry. That's always a strong suit of Funko. They continue to do it every con.
I mean, that's another
Yeah.
Goku I have to get for the collection, but
Good luck with that.
I have almost all the Dragon Ball ones.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
It was expensive too.
No doubt. Those early ones. Oof. What is it? The Vegeta? One of the early Vegetas goes for thousands now. Hard to
Yeah,
come
I got
by.
it when it was a lot cheaper. I want to say, isn't it like Casual Vegeta is one of the ones that's worth a ton? I think it was.
You might
like
as
a
well be
Chase.
speaking German
Yeah.
to me.
They're all
Yeah.
over there. Like I don't know what they're worth because I don't get most of my pops to resell. You know how the Funko Pop market works. Like a lot of times I would go to San Diego and I'd buy all of them. And I wasn't even trying to resell. I mean, I won't lie. At the end of the day, a couple would end up on our comic store and eBay store. But the reason was like I would try to trade first. Oh, I'll give you this you give me that, and we'll do that first. And then normally the ones that I just couldn't trade off, they just ended up being here. You know what I mean? Like, all right, well, I don't give a crap about this franchise. So let's see what we can make for it. You know, like no one wants this.
As long as you're not flipping it like the week after, then you're not part of that crew.
No. I'm the guy that goes, wow, that one's worth a ton. I wonder what we can trade for it. And then 4 months later, well, that plummeted. Probably should have moved on that. Oh, well.
Always waited a little too long.
Yeah.
Yep, I've been there many times.
I don't like the people that do that. The ones that like it's on eBay before they've even gotten back from the con. Like it's on their phone and they're putting it up. Oh, I got it. It's up. Like, come on. What do you...
Yeah.
You got to be a part of the community, not just the problem.
That's a business now. Yeah.
All right,
that
let's move
chaps
down.
my
I don't want to rant about the full resellers because I do a little myself. So it's like it's like the pot calling the kettle black. Well, you sell too early.
Right.
You missed the cutoff day.
So
The
what
next
is
batch
this?
of stuff is all Beast Kingdom, which I got to tell you, I've liked their stuff for a while from afar.
Okay.
I think this is one of their strongest offerings I've ever seen because they attacked the MCU like with some amazing characters. They've got these 6-inch egg attacks of this is Spider-Man from Amazing Spider-Man, and they come with the removable, replaceable faces and articulation and all these little accessories. So if you're an out-of-box person who likes to display, you can have some fun with it. So there's Spider-Man from Amazing Spider-Man with Peter Parker's face, or kind of you can do half, where he's got the mask kind of pulled back.
Okay.
I
like-
gotta get.
I didn't
Bro
know
Thor.
Bro Thor is his name. I didn't know that.
Yes,
I've always called him Fat Thor.
That's what we originally called him too, and then Funko I think made a Bro Thor pop.
Okay.
Right.
So then we started calling it that. But I love that one. I think that's my favorite, just because I think that character was so much fun. But then for them to do that, and he's got 2 expressions you can change out, 4 interchangeable hands or pairs of hands.
I'm liking
the
these.
hoodie, the red robe, the sunglasses. They call it a drink. I put AKA beer in there. Yeah, let's fix that. And Stormbreaker.
Are these Beast things? Is this another spin-off of Funko? Because I've never heard of these. Beast
No,
Kingdom.
this is a whole other company, Beast Kingdom. And I think with them, I've long watched and been a fan of their stuff, but I'm always confused on how to get it. Like going through their site and stuff is never the experience you would expect. This year, maybe they'll help clarify that with people not having to go through their booth. They're going to their website, and they'll be able to get this stuff. We'll see. I don't know. All these are up for pre-order right now, so now's a good time to find out before they're sold out.
Beast
Right.
Kingdom. Okay, I got to pre-order.
There you go. You better get on it because after this show, a bunch of people are be picking them up. For
I
sure.
know they are because
yeah.
I know our fan base.
And then that Tony Stark he's got on the jumpsuit. It's the one from Infinity War,
Yeah.
and it actually it lights up in the middle of his Mark 50 breastplate.
Oh, cool.
The little reactor, which I think is a nice touch too. I don't know if they've done light up stuff in the past. Forgive my ignorance. Like I said, I've been a kind of a fan from afar, but this year I may get into it more.
Sure.
Oh, they got some cool
And then
stuff.
for
It
you,
looks like it's an Asian-based company, and that's why it's hard. Because I follow a few of those companies,
Yes.
and they're really hard to get over the stateside, and you pay an arm and a
Yeah.
leg.
Them and Good Smile Company, like their websites are
Yes.
like partially Chinese or Japanese and partially English, and navigating those can be really tricky.
Well, you know,
Agreed.
I really don't like the prices I have to pay at Good Smile Company or the Square Enix store because they always send them from Japan. So it's like $100 markup, and you're just like, why? Why are
I've got
you
the,
doing this to me?
The Sully Nendoroid, which I had to have, and I think I bought it at retail. It was like $80 a piece, and I had to have one to rock, one to stock, plus shipping was like 200 and something.
I'm
I had
not
to
even
have it.
joking. For chat's sake, I am hitting pre-order right now on Bro Thor.
That's how
okay.
you do it right there.
As
Head of the
we're
curve.
doing the show, dude, there's a Ronin one.
No way.
Is it on your list?
Oh,
I
they have
didn't see
more
it on your
there? They
list.
didn't even show
Yeah,
it?
there's
No,
another
I
one.
didn't
this
have Ronin on there.
That's cool.
Is it actual San Diego Comic-Con, or is it just one of their main lines?
It's for the Avengers Endgame. I think it's a part of the line. It's just not. No, release date July 2020. I think they just did. I think did it get announced at later maybe,
Might have been.
or maybe it's like it comes out with the line, but it won't be in San Diego. You can get it at other locations.
I mean, we are in that 2-week span though, right beforehand. It's possible they just put that on the site in the last couple of days and just haven't made like the big announcements that have made the rounds yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, and then their final one is a statue, Joker bank robber from Dark Knight series.
yeah, I'm looking for that
that's
right
really
now.
cool.
I'm looking for that on here. I said that I really wanted that one.
Little pricier at $100, but this thing has 28 points of articulation, which you can make them do anything. Then it even comes with the freaking.
Can we be careful of the
watch.
wording on that one, Sully?
Right?
Oh, phrasing is important. I know what I said. There's going to be some horrible photos in a few months, but you gotta pay $100 for that honor. So it's up to you.
There's a Pinocchio one on here too. It says a new arrival, so it's not. I guess it's just its own thing.
Yeah, it could be. I didn't. Like I said, I didn't really navigate their site. I'm pulling this from other sites.
Right,
over, but,
yeah.
Now is the time to get into it.
And I'm just on there right now, conveniently, because now you're making me want to buy all this stuff. I am going to spend so much money today.
Oh man, we're only like through 2 of the 5 pages I've got for you. You might want to go hide your wallet for a little while.
Oh no! All my credit cards are pre-programmed.
See, I will never do that for that very reason. It's too easy.
I did that early, like right today is Bungie Day, which is like the yearly thing where Destiny does a bunch. So they announced. So of course Bungie Day has like a bunch of stuff in the store, and I'm like, should I? Shouldn't I? Oh, my Amex is pre-programmed. Done.
Oh no!
Did you pick up that sweet new enamel pin they had with the $50 purchase? That thing was sweet.
Yeah, I got it. I
was
got
nice.
it coming in. I got a bunch of Destiny stuff here. As much as I
Yeah, I
crap
think
on Destiny when I'm not playing it, I still buy everything that says Destiny.
I'm not a Destiny guy. I think I'll have to play some Halo tonight though to celebrate. I
You
know,
play
I know
some
it's
Halo
not
and-
technically them, but
I'll convince you to join me on Destiny, and we'll play together, and that'll be. It's if you like Halo, I can get you into Destiny.
I've played. It's just been a while.
Yeah.
I did the grind on 1 for many months. 2 I didn't play as much, but
Yeah.
all right. So that's Beast Kingdom. I think for a lot of people that's going to be new for them. They're going to learn a lot. Quantum Mechanics.
I
Actually,
love that company.
My old boss works over at Quantum Mechanics now, and I reached out to him
kidding.
this week. They've been sharing the information again. Turtles heavy. They've got these cool pizza boxes, which I can only imagine are about yay big, and come with a what did he call them? A challenge coin inside.
Yeah.
They
they've got the
sold
different
out
turtles
already,
on there.
Sully.
Which one did?
The
Quantum
ones you.
Mechanics?
No, yeah. Well, I went down a little further. My bad. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, gotcha.
I thought I was looking at the page. I thought it was all the same thing. I'm like down here. The what?
Oh no, the Entertainment Earth stuff. Yeah.
I'm sorry, teacher.
But
I went ahead of the project today.
There might be some good news on that though. Yeah, don't put your pencil down. Wait until. Don't make me flicker the lights. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that TMNT pizza box, I'm really interested to see what they've got there. Those are coins, and below that you can see the heads are actual pins. I think they're enamel pins or some sort of like hard plastic pins.
Okay.
But then what they said in one of the posts, but they didn't hone in on, is there's also some exclusive Q figs. Do you guys know the Q figs?
Yes.
I
I
remember
love those
those
things.
They're
They're smaller.
Yeah, I'm not a huge
like
fan of the
yay
Q
big.
figs. I'm not gonna lie.
I like them.
Do you?
See,
really
I like
cool.
the art style a lot. They've got some really cool Batman ones. They've got some cool turtles. I have Deadpool, where it has his name really big and like a burrito behind him, or like a chimichanga,
Yep.
and says Deadpool. But they haven't really done exclusives. And they're teasing that this week we're going to see the first images of exclusives for this year's San Diego Comic-Con at home.
Right. That's awesome.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
a
so
weird-
I'm anxious
it's
to
just-
see what they've got. I bet it's turtles.
I mean, for
Yeah.
the record, what I like the most about cons, I was saying earlier, I don't go to very many of the panels because I'm the merch guy. I'm the guy that loves to get in
Yeah.
the lines and scout out stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I go to the Funko line and I'd go check.
Yeah.
If it said exclusive to San Diego, I would beeline to every booth, see what I can get. It got to the point where last year, because my whole team's there, I'd be like, all right, so you're going here, you're going to get 3 of these, you're going to go here. And then we'd all converge on the hotel. It'd be half my stuff, half stuff other people wanted me to pick up. Then they don't want to pay,
yep.
and then you're finding someone else to sell to. You're like, the guy backed out on me.
Yeah.
There's always somebody that'll take it off your hands for the right price.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, when I went as a fan, I think the last 2 years I went as a fan, I would get all that stuff and end up spending like $500 in shipping to get it all home.
Oh, yeah.
And then still
Because you
fill
can't put it in.
suitcases.
Yeah, you can't put it in your suitcases and stuff. You got to ship it home. The first year, like what I would do a lot of times now is I'd go and be like, okay, I have $500 to spend on merch and $200 to ship it home. Like,
Yeah.
and then half the time,
Yeah.
or like if I go to New York, I'd go, Sal, can you and Tiffany take this back to your house and mail it for me?
Yep. And mail it to me.
I've had some friends that have done that for me too that live in California. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's QMX. They don't have a lot out yet, but I have a feeling we're going to see more this week and next week, and I'm excited
sweet.
about that. Entertainment Earth, they got in the game early. They always do, and they announced some freaking awesome stuff this year. You can't see it because it's grayed out there, but if you go to their website, you can see better images. The Jurassic Park Barbasol can.
I
with
want
Dennis
that.
Nedry inside.
Yes. I saw that online. It's amazing.
So
It's what a
cool.
great idea.
before I get into the whole list, those are grayed out because they're pre-sold out. I think what that means is that's just a pre-sale, but they'll also have a regular sale like
Okay.
they would at the cons. So I think there's still a chance we could pick these up during the dates of San Diego Comic-Con. I don't have that confirmed, but I think that's the case.
Because that's the
Right.
one I wanted. I want the Barbasol kit. Like, that's what I was
that
like,
one.
oh, it's sold out. And then I'm like, oh, I'm looking at the wrong stuff. My bad.
And it's only $19.99. That's not
That's
bad.
pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good price for this. I mean, if it's at the actual size of a Barbasol can with
Right.
an action figure inside, I mean, they could have easily gone $30-$40 on that. I think
Totally. Yep.
it isn't limited in number. It doesn't have a LE number on it though, so there could be 100,000 of those. Who knows?
Right.
Right
not
next to
bad.
it is another one I got to have because I'm such a big fan of the Rocky movies. It's Mr. T, a WWE Mr. T Elite Collection action figure.
Oh my God.
I think it's amazing. I
That's
love it.
awesome.
I grew up on Mr. T and Rocky, and that for me is just
Was
so
he actually
badass.
in the WWE?
I don't know if he ever wrestled in the WWE. I got to think as some sort of stunt in the 80s. He must have been on some episodes.
Had
of
have
something.
been.
No,
Because Mr. T was in everything.
That's what I'm
There's
saying,
no
like-
way he didn't
He
do
had his
it.
own
Like,
cartoon.
he did. He had his own comic book line.
He's in the Hall of Fame for WWE.
There you go.
Wait, how much
That's
did he
interesting.
wrestle though? Did he wrestle?
Yeah.
I'm looking right now.
He may have been just a special.
No,
mean,
I need to know. I need to know.
We need to get the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast guys over here, Matt Cordena and Brian Myers.
Yeah, seriously.
They'll tell us the entire history of that figure.
Wow.
And then you guys will probably have to pronounce the next two, but we got some Dragon Ball Super, Super Saiyan Gohan, and is it Piccolo?
Okay, you were close. It is Piccolo. It's Super Saiyan Gohan.
Saiyan. Okay, I'm leaving out the I when I do
Saiyan.
it. Saiyan.
You're-
Not
So
Saiyan.
if you want to remember, I'm just saying that
Just
it's
saying.
Saiyan.
That was just my southern accent. That's what it was. Yeah.
Or if you watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade every year, Al Roker every year says Saiyan. Every single year, he's like, the Super Saiyan Goku is making his way down Macy's. Like
Every
you know,
Dragon Ball
Roker.
fan.
Yeah, every year. I don't even like Dragon Ball, and I'm like, Roker, get a grip.
And then what do? Same thing. I'm that guy. I'm rokering it up right now.
You didn't know. You're like, you care. You'll change it. Roker will never change. He's like, I don't care. These balloons pop. I'll just move on. I don't care.
When I would do the unboxings for Funko, they would have me inevitably do Dragon Ball or My Hero Academia, and I'd be like, I don't know what they're called, but they all have an amazing hair game.
Right.
Like I wish I had their hair. So that was what I would just focus
On
on the whole
point.
time. Eventually, like Sully, if you don't know, don't say anything.
Right.
I will say, because I've said a lot of things wrong on my channel, that's always the best way. Like, and the guy with the hair took a swing and...
Yeah.
I gotta stop looking ahead. Oh no. Okay.
Makes good
Go back
voiceover.
up. Go back up. Don't say what that one is because that's amazing.
Don't
Yeah.
move ahead.
Nope.
So we got that Dragon Ball 2-pack.
my ADD,
action figures,
Sully.
and Naruto Shippuden. I say that wrong on purpose. Just because
Nailed
it's
it.
fun to say Shippuden.
Shippuden.
Another 2-pack. And then I'm boggled by this. Normally the Funko stuff is the stuff to sell out fast. And the
Yeah.
only two that are currently available for pre-order are that amazing Spider-Man Imposter 2-pack. So you know the gif from the animation where they're pointing at each other?
Oh my
It's
God.
that in a 2-pack.
I want that. I need that.
It's so cool. And then the 6-inch tanker bug from Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers? No.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Which last year we had was Casper Van Dien's character,
Johnny Rico.
Johnny Rico, and then another one of the giant bugs, and then now you can get the tanker bug.
That's great.
Yeah, I
Getting
love the
closer.
Starship Troopers. I have a feeling they'll end up doing a whole bunch of characters just spread out over time on that. At least that's what I'm
Yeah.
hoping.
We need Dizzy and Carmen and Michael Ironside.
Yeah. Oh, Michael Ironside. There's never been a more 80s actor in the world.
Right? That dude, man. Every movie, I'm like, I'm in. Whatever you're doing, let's do it.
Do a whole line of him. We get V.
Yes.
I would love
Have you
V.
ever seen Turbo Kid?
Yes, I like Turbo Kid. That was really fun.
Turbo Kid's amazing. He's great in it too, of course.
That's right. I forgot
Good
about that.
stuff. Yeah. See Turbo Kid. It's really fun. It's short.
I have not. I
Anyway.
cannot contribute to this conversation.
You're too young. Oh, God.
I
I'm old.
what? Are we the same
No,
age?
Turbo Kid came out like 4 years ago.
I'm
it's
trying
just set in the
I'm
80s.
trying to help you out, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right.
Just
No,
roll with it.
I'm
Roll
young. I'm
with it.
so young.
That's it. All right. So what
and
do we
then
got next here?
Diamond Previews. So that's Diamond Comics, Diamond Distribution, the guys who distribute all the comic books. I've always been confused by the way they do their exclusives and their stickering and stuff, but I know they work through comic book stores normally. Pre-orders for these at comic book stores are already done, but you'll be able to order online from their site and other sites. And you know what? I'll be honest. Honestly, I normally go by their booth and go, meh. Don't really care about most of the stuff they have. But this year they brought some heat.
I've never been a fan because okay, we all have been in the collectible game. We all have our different levels. I always feel like they make their product very cheaply, and it looks cheap for the price.
Yeah.
I think someone told them that, and they actually listened, because this year the stuff they have and the pricing and the quality, at least looking from the photos, I haven't seen them in person, looks amazing. I actually reached out to them. I'm hoping to get some of these to do some sort of review or unboxing on.
Cool.
I would love it. We'll see if they'll do it. But the
I want
first
that
one,
Mandalorian.
the Mandalorian looks pretty good. I don't have a picture of it there, but it's a 1/6 scale bust, 7 inches tall, and it looks pretty good.
So that I went to their website to try to get the image for it, and so I'll link it to you guys so you can. This is the other one. I guess they're doing two that come out at the same time. And
Another Mandalorian?
Yeah, and this is the actual statue of the Mandalorian. Oh no, it says the shop's November, but it's flagged as July, so I don't know. I don't even know.
Maybe there's a Sclusy in a main line or something?
Maybe. I don't know.
The turtle set that they have. Turtles, Summer of Turtles. I'm not even the giant Turtles fan. I think I'm buying this. It's TMNT Retro Rotocast six-piece action figure set, and it's like the original molds for the first toys. Like if you watch the Toys That Made Us, they look very similar with card backers, and they come in the van, the turtle van, it's a carrying case.
That's awesome.
I believe that's how it was
sick.
originally, because I remember having this carrying case. I think so.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Limited to 5,000 pieces, $99 for the whole set.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but that tells me the quality's probably going to be pretty good. I think they went above and beyond on this one.
This was the year they finally amped it up, and then COVID hit.
Yeah, maybe it'll still work for them though, because they don't have to pay for the booth space.
Yeah,
they can just sell it online.
And they will.
Yeah, I think they'll sell the
It'll
hell
sell.
out of this. That set is on Entertainment Earth, but sold out. Some people were asking me, because I shared it on Twitter yesterday, where do I get it? I saw, and I hope this is okay with you guys, Big Bad Toy Store, and there were several others that had it. So if people are looking, you can still do a pre-order on it right now. But I wouldn't wait long. I think this is going to be sold out by the time SDCC hits.
I am looking right now. I went to Big Bad Toy Store, and the first thing on here is a Vampirella half naked. Why is that the top thing? Moving down.
Why are you adding it to cart?
Shut up.
Get Vamp to sign it for you.
Yeah.
While you're looking that up, I'm going to scroll on down more. The Muppets Deluxe Band Members Action Figure Set. It's Electric Mayhem with Dr. Teeth, Zoot,
great.
Animal, Floyd, Pepper, and Janice, and it comes in a big packaging that looks like a music stage, like a concert stage.
That looks interesting. I'm not a big fan of that, but I could see like that definitely being something people are going to want. Muppets have a huge fan base.
They do indeed.
So
I immediately grabbed this and texted Hillary, one of my former coworkers and good friend, because she gets everything Muppets, and I'm pretty sure she already pre-ordered as soon as she saw it. She had Muppet shoes she would wear to the cons all the time.
Wow, that's dope.
But that set looks nice. I'm not going to get that one, but like you said, there's a lot of hardcore fans that are going to get it, and it's limited to 3,000 pieces, $120.
Yeah.
Again, I bet the quality's better than it has been in the past.
okay,
I would not be surprised.
I want to. There's an alternative version of those Turtles figures that is San Diego exclusive. At least it's flagged as that. I'm gonna link it to you guys because it's hilarious.
Oh, how did I miss that?
I don't know, because when I went to Big Bad to see if they still had pre-orders, and I can't find that one, but I found this one, which is them in pizza slices in a pizza.
Oh, nice. I see people in the comments saying, I want this stuff but can't get it. Guys, if you do your research, get onto Google right now. Oh, that's awesome.
That's what I mean. Like,
Oh,
and
I
it
love
says
the way
San
that's
Diego
laid out.
exclusive, so
That's
it's 2019. It was last year.
Oh, yep. And that's Super 7 that made that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any announcements from Super 7 this year, and they usually have some pretty kick-ass He-Man stuff.
Yeah.
Huh.
I love their reaction series, those backed figures. They do some really cool ones.
Yeah.
That is neat in the pizza box. But folks, if you guys want this stuff, now's the time. Some of it's pre-sold out, but you can still do your research on Google and find this. And then if you can't get it in a pre-order, you better be paying attention during the 22nd through the 27th.
Yeah,
Those are the
and
dates
worst
this year.
case scenario, you can go to eBay. While there is a markup, it's not normally horrendous. Like
Right.
it's leveled out. I mean, back in the day, the markup was always huge, but because there's so many collectibles now, the markup's normally $20 to $50 more than you would have spent anyway. Normally,
But I tell you what you don't do. Don't go to eBay for pre-orders.
Oh,
There's
no,
so many people out there that are selling stuff they don't have in hand. Don't fall for that crap.
If it's
until
not out,
after the
don't
con.
pre-order because they're selling you the pre-order. So if they don't get it, you don't.
Then
you
they'll
don't
just
get it.
cancel the order and you don't have any confirmation of anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, don't do that. Don't feed those people. Those are just flippers.
Well, I
I
was complaining with the people that post it the moment they buy it. They're posting it before they buy it.
Before they even buy it.
With the generic image, it's come on. Like they don't even know what they're going to be able to get. I didn't post an image of this one, but and I don't know how to say this. Koto Bukaya,
Oh, Kotobukiya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Koto Bukiya, Japanese import Joker statue, limited to 540 pieces. That's like the weirdest number.
Photo,
Yep.
Bukia,
Looks cool.
SCCC, Joker.
It's definitely a stylized look to the Joker.
Yes.
But $109 for that bad boy.
The problem
Yeah.
with the Kotobukiya, I never say it properly. Oh my god, this looks amazing. So, you got to link this one.
Good
Sam.
art.
The
Yeah.
artwork is amazing, but it's the same deal as the other Japanese products. You pay a huge amount to get it back into the States because of customs. But the artwork on this looks really good.
Since this is Diamond Previews, though, it's probably coming from their distribution. Hopefully, you don't have to pay too much for shipping in this case,
Yeah.
because I think everything's going to come from their site.
Well, the problem is they say you don't pay a lot, but you're basically paying their customs and import tax on
in
the
price
full
of the
price.
item.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So that could be like a $49 statue here, but you're paying the difference.
Yeah, exactly.
Then this next one, I really dig, just being a fan of Nightmare Before Christmas and the Disney stuff. It's called the Oogie's Lair action figure box set, which looks pretty like normal, right? Like any stuff you could pick up, but they're actually lighted figures. There's lighting inside of them. I couldn't find a good picture that showed that off. It's another one I'd like to get my hands on to do some sort of unboxing or show it off. But
Yeah.
limited to 3,000 pieces. And again, look at the price tag, $120.
That's the problem with all
I-
that exclusive stuff. It's always super pricey.
I just don't know what to think about it though. Like, does that mean these figures? Because there wasn't any sizing. Are these
Right.
big figures and they have like batteries in them or like a plug in the wall? I don't know what to expect there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then again, here's another one: the Marvel Infinity and Nano Gauntlet Desk Monuments. The snaps.
I like your note. Can't tell what size they are.
It's not listed anywhere. These could be this big.
Yeah.
I mean, they're only $60, but
don't-
limited to 2,000
The
pieces.
quality on them does not look like they're very large.
Doesn't look good.
They don't look screen accurate or anything. They just look
yeah.
tiny.
Right. If that was big, that I wouldn't want that at all. If that's tiny, I'm not spending $60 on them. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd bet those are about this big if I had to guess. Probably like 4 or 5 inches tall.
Yeah. You can tell we do a lot of collectibles when by the paint job we can guess the sizing of it.
I mean, it's our business.
Yeah.
Next one is sick. I love this so much because I joked about it earlier. I love the vintage VHS clamshell casing, and I think everyone should be doing something with the clamshell stuff. And they did
Yes.
it with this Tron. It's a Tron VHS figure box set, limited to 3,000 pieces. And what's not shown there, if you go to the website to pre-order it, when you open it up, there's actually a film that goes over the action figure that
Yeah.
looks like a VHS tape. So when you first open it, it looks like it's just the cassette. And then I guess you either peel that back or it's an insert of some kind, and there it reveals the action figure. It looks
That's really
pretty
cool.
sick.
Yeah.
I want
If
a
I
whole
was a
lineup.
bigger fan of Tron, I could see this being like, I need
Yeah.
this. I'm
Yeah.
not as big of a fan as Tron as I should be, probably.
Somebody needs to do a whole line of clamshell packaging, all
For 80s
same
properties.
size, with the spines. I would buy
Yes.
them all just to have them lined up on the shelf.
That would look really cool.
Yeah.
Do that for like Masters of the Universe.
Oh,
Yes.
that'd be great.
I'd buy that in a heartbeat.
And G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe,
Yeah.
Gremlins. I mean, the Gremlins,
Yeah.
there's already some cool NECA stuff, but they don't do it in the VHS clamshell. And what a great way to repackage your stuff for a con Just do a
Completely.
color variant and sell it for double. I'd buy it.
Yeah.
Okay,
And then they have the Funko Pop comic moments. I put this one in there for you guys, knowing the comic fans that you are.
so this is
Red
what
Hood
this is what I
versus
skimmed
Deathstroke.
down to, and I was like, oh, I gotta stop
Benny will be
going
buying
ahead.
this.
I am
Look
a
at the
huge
quality.
Red Hood fan and Deathstroke fan. So,
So getting Deathstroke versus
although I will say
Red Hood?
it's a comic moments, I don't remember when this moment happened.
No, I don't think I've ever seen it. But it's pretty fun. I mean,
Maybe,
who cares?
maybe there's something coming.
Yeah.
It's a prequel.
Oh, yeah, maybe they know more. Maybe they know.
That
Yeah,
one,
it doesn't
I mean,
make sense.
pricing's good on that. The movie moments are normally between $20 and $30. So this is a
Yeah.
little pricier, but its quantity is 30,000. I don't think you're going to have a hard time finding this at your local comic book store or maybe even at a discount shortly after.
Yeah.
San
The
Diego
first
Comic
Red
Con.
Hood pop took me forever to track one down. And I had to pay
Yeah.
extra because I wanted the San Diego sticker on it because it took forever for you guys to come out with one. Well, for Funko to come out
Yeah.
with one.
Good looking. I like the movie moments, but or the comic moments. Problem is storage. Again, I don't have many because I don't have any place to put them.
Well, they're
Right.
oversized. I've always avoided the oversized Funko boxes because, like, the normal ones, they all can fit perfectly together, but the oversized ones, they just don't fit well. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got my shelving in the other room is I've got a Marvel, I've got a DC, I've got movies, and then the top is always for all the odd shaped ones that don't pair well. So it's constantly like playing Jenga to get them all up there in the right way.
Eh,
Hopefully a game I don't lose,
yeah.
And then I kind of skimmed over the last 8 or 9 bullet points here because it wasn't stuff I was super interested in.
I noticed that, like, you did all this other research, and we get to the bottom, and you're like, and we're good. I'm just going to punch in the names.
Basically, that's exactly what I did because there was a lot. I mean, they're just.
I
what
want
did
that
say,
PS4
14
negative
items?
suit.
16.
PCB? I want that.
Now that does look good. The Spidey negative suit from the PlayStation game. Yeah,
Yeah, that
Yes.
looks good.
that one looks good. And I like the RoboCop 2 1/18th scale figure because who does stuff for RoboCop 2? That's pretty awesome. The facepalm Star Trek thing I feel is a little played out at this point. Because
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
a bust.
So I've seen it so many times. I'm like, come on.
That
guys.
would have been great, like, 5 years ago. Maybe
Yeah.
it's just at this point, no one cares.
And I
Yeah.
think you could buy it 5 years ago from somebody else. I think it was like Factory Entertainment had it a few years ago.
Oh, there you go.
The one I
Burning
should have put the picture
Godzilla?
in for is that last one. The Iron Giant Deluxe action figure box set is pretty kick-ass. I would look
I
that
love
up.
the Iron
if-
Giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull that up in a minute.
I
Now,
do like
the
this
best-
next thing, though, you have down here.
The best Iron Giant figure ever was the Mondo one they made that was like $160 or whatever it was, but that thing was like screen accurate with all these removable parts, and
Yeah.
that was awesome. All right, moving down the list is something that was announced
my
today from NECA. So again, the turtle stuff going strong.
Yeah.
NECA's got this TMNT, the 1990 movie, 7-inch scale action figure, the musical, was it Mutagen?
Yep, Mutagen.
Yes,
Musical
this-
Mutagen Tour 4-pack. And look at that packaging. It is the
This-
soundstage.
It's unbelievable. This is the worst thing. If you've never looked it up, you've got to see.
Why would they make
the
toys
Mutagen
for
to-
this?
This is this is the bad costume live tour where they were singing songs. Splinter has a love ballad. It is the worst thing, and it is here for $150.
It's so bad it's good.
Yeah, if you think you like the Turtles, watch a minute and a half of the Mutagen tour,
And then you'll want this action figure set.
and you'll have to recreate it.
I'm
It's-
going to get
Oh
these
my
and I'm going
God.
to recreate it, Sal, so the next time you come to visit, I'm just going to
Yeah,
have it
I'll-
displayed for you to enjoy.
Oh, great.
With the
I
music
love the-
playing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can get that on cassette. I had. I love the NECA figures. I have the playset, the street corner from the 1990 movie with the 1990 figures. They're great. NECA makes some really great looking figures. They also just don't discount the packaging. They because they also made the 1990 whatever arcade game figures with the setup. You can get Shredder with 6 of the same foot soldier, and this is no change. It's just here they are again, but this time. And by the way, I'm sure it's screen accurate.
I bet it is.
If you pull out your VHS copy of this and use your tracking, make sure that there's no squiggles, so you can compare them. That's
I will
amazing.
say, when NECA goes for SDCC every year, they attack it with. They make
yeah.
some good stuff. They made a Pacific Rim 4-pack a few
Yes.
years ago in all black packaging, and all of the Jaegers that were were all black. God, I love that set so much.
Yeah.
Pacific
But this
Rim is
one, what's
such a
weird
cool
about this
idea. I don't know why they stopped it.
Yeah, I wish they'd do more.
Yeah.
This set's weird, though, in that it's $125 at Target stores during Comic-Con or, and they don't say with what, bundled on Target.com for $150. So what else do you get for the extra $25, I wonder?
Yeah.
And if you're a real Turtles fan, do you need both?
Well, yeah, you need the individual so that you can bust them open and pose them, and then you get the
Right.
collector's pack because we collect.
One to rock, one to stock. That's how you do
right.
it. I can't take credit for that. I think that was Hillary on the Funcast that came up with that phrasing, but I use it often. And then there's far more than what I came up with out there, but I realized that we're not going to record for 3 hours. Hallmark. Over the last 5 years, Hallmark has really surprised me with what they've done at San Diego Comic-Con, and their lines have been crazy. But they do that itty bitties line, and I am the most polar opposite of a guy that looks like he would collect itty bitties. I freaking love these things.
How big are
I've
they?
got a few dozen of them.
How big are they?
they're literally itty bitty. They're
Okay.
plush.
They are indeed, yeah.
There's no packaging what to speak of, except for every once in a while they'll do some cool packaging that looks like the retro Star Wars figures.
Yep.
I have a couple of those. But they didn't show any packaging for these. Deadpool. I know you like Deadpool.
Yeah,
Limited to 2,500 pieces. They could have made 40,000 of these.
Yeah, what all right.
That's what I say too.
Do they have
I
a
don't get
Mandalorian
why.
child itty bitty?
They,
A child
no,
bitty.
they haven't done a con exclusive. They may have done a main line. If they haven't,
Yeah.
they will. They have to.
Yeah. No, with this
Now
list,
you got me
website-
Googling what these itty bitties are. I've never heard of them. They got a
They have
Ahsoka?
little- we have a bunch of itty
Yeah.
bitties here at the office, and we have the bigger itty bitties. We have a large Hulk, and that's the same exact thing as the itty bitty, but extra big. Mm-hmm. I got a Clark Kent Superman itty bitty.
Huh.
They do a
he's
bunch of
in a
Star
suit.
Wars. I've
They
got
do
some Star
indeed.
Wars 4-packs. I've got one that's a TIE fighter. No, not a TIE fighter, an X-Wing. It's made out of cardboard with the itty bitty inside. It's freaking
That's
awesome.
fun. That's really cool.
I just found a Millennium Falcon with Chewie in it.
Yep. And that the Millennium Falcon's made out of cardboard, which
Is
is
it?
such a unique. It's the packaging is the thing.
Yeah. Well, and I bet that keeps the cost down too.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's fun, it's cool, it's displayable, but it's also not made out of pewter. It's not impossible to afford.
I would say it's Hallmark, but then they do pewter ornaments and stuff too, so they're
Yeah.
kind of all over the board.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Flashpool would like to know if your oversized itty bitty is known as a itty biggy.
I don't know. It's over. I can't reach it from here, but I'm looking
a
right at him,
marketing
which is why
miss.
he reminded. Yeah,
It should have been an itty biggie. That's just fun to say too.
it is.
You better
Itty bitty.
trademark that. Get on it.
And I gotta get this Imperial Pro Droid ornament. I get all the Star Wars ornaments every year, as long as they're from the original trilogy. This is something I have to pick up. Now, do you know, is this San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, or can I get this?
Everything on this list is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and I think the way Hallmark is doing it is no pre-orders, but they'll put up a portion of the quantities each day during San Diego Comic-Con.
Okay.
So, you wait till the third day, and unless people are panicking, you could probably have better luck at picking these up.
Okay.
But they've got the Deadpool, they've got the Tribble ornament, which is not an itty bitty, but it's fun. I mean, what a good conversation piece for the Christmas tree right there.
Yep.
The Professor Snape ornament. And then they've got the child enamel pin. I didn't put a picture in here. I love enamel pins. I can't tell you why, but I love them. And I
They're
love the
cool.
ones that are on backers. And they did a really good job with this one. They called it Pixelate. So it's an 8-bit The Child. Limited in only 2,500 pieces and only $8. I will probably try to pick that in the itty bitty up myself.
I didn't realize you liked the enamel pins. I'll send you the Destiny one that I just got. So you can just
Oh
add
my
it.
god, dude! I have almost every Scotty Young Marvel pin ever that they've had at the booth at the con.
Nice. Those are fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
those are
talking
awesome.
hundreds of those things. I buy the blind boxes, as many as they'll sell me every year. I've got the big lanyard ones. I love those. And then just enamel pins in general. If any of my friends have podcasts or whatever, I try to get theirs when they sell them.
Cool.
Yeah, hopefully one day I have some of my own. But
Yeah.
I always get pins. I like them. I just never know what to do with them.
that's the question.
Yeah, I have nothing
Yeah.
to do with
Yeah.
enamel pins. So.
You can put them on your lanyard, and you have
Right,
this
but then it gets
heavy thing
awkwardly
right there.
heavy. Like it gets awkward to one side, so it starts spinning. It's
Yeah.
I'm doing showing everybody my back. This was my con lanyard that I would take to all the
Nice.
cons. I take all my Sullys. I'm sorry, the light's blinding it, but all the Sullys. And then I've got the Infinity Gauntlet from Sideshow down there.
Yeah,
The light
I
is
remember
killing
that.
it. There we go.
I got that Sideshow one, the Infinity Gauntlet.
I
That was a
love
good
it.
one. Yeah.
But this is like wearing a weight belt around the
Yes.
con all day, or like those anklet things that they
Yeah.
wore in the 80s when they would go jogging or jogging. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yes.
Yeah, I love the pins. If it were up to me, I'd have 3 of those lanyards around my neck. But
So is the right shelf the Sully shelf?
mostly, I got the Sully at the top, Sully in here. But then for Bungie Day, I did all Halo and Destiny in here.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
Nice.
the lighting is so tricky, you can't really make it out real well. But I don't have a flashlight in here. But yeah, I try to change it out. It was Gremlins based on the last movie retakes podcast, and then over here I've got all my autograph pops. From,
Nice. I got
almost
those
all
on a
the way up.
special shelf in the closet. I got to figure out something to do with those.
Oh, you got to display the autographs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't let them get the sunlight, or else it'll blow them out.
Yeah, they'll fade.
So that's the research I did for this week. I have a feeling next week, you guys do your own research. There's going to be a whole new batch of stuff announced.
No, we'll just have
No
you come
doubt.
back. We'll have the weekly update from Sully as to what's coming out.
Yeah.
I might have been working my way into that. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, guys, here's your weekly update from Sully. What's coming out?
Yeah, we got to fuel this habit somehow.
That's right.
All right. Well, I mean, outside of that, I mean, I'm probably going to buy half of that stuff at least.
I need
what about
commission on this
Yeah,
stuff.
what about you, Sal? I don't know where to go with the conversation from here. Like now, it's like
mean-
we're at like a weird dead end of like, all right, that was all the cool stuff.
That was all the cool stuff. Thanks a lot for watching.
R.I.P. wallets.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
you know,
right.
well, you know what? So I hope let me try that again. I hope this was helpful to you guys who were trying to follow along and looking for stuff you wanted to buy. I hope we were helpful by having our little chart up. If you want to know where to buy any of this stuff, you can easily just watch the show, look at the name, Google search it for everything he was pointing out. I was Google searching
Yeah.
to know how much I could find it for. But Sully, for anybody who may have joined us mid-podcast or wants to know more about what you do and why you made such an amazing list for us, why don't you promote yourself again? What do you do?
I am a free agent nerd, I call myself now. I've been going to cons since 2012. I started my own website, NerdFoo, with a buddy years ago. I've been podcasting. I've done over 420 episodes of podcasts at this point across the board, including for Funko, on my own for NerdFoo, and now my new podcast with my brothers called Movie Retakes, where we break down classic films that we love and give our own pitch on what a sequel or prequel might look like for those. It's called Movie Retakes. You can find it anywhere you listen to podcasts. And then over the last few months, during all this COVID craziness, being quarantined, I wasn't about to stop working. I started streaming on Mixer and then had to move. Now I'm on Twitch. Flashpool just shared my link there in the chat. Thank you, Flashpool.
I like your other version,
where you guys
Fast
can
Flash
catch me.
Poo. I like that better.
Flash poo. That's if he does something wrong. Yeah. I'm streaming on Twitch 6 days a week right now, unless I happen to take an extra day off. But we're real chill on my channel. We keep it positive. We just have general nerd conversations. We play video games. I start almost every stream off with some Animal Crossing. Again, I'm like the last guy you'd think be playing Animal Crossing. I love
I
it.
do too. Do you like the swimming
I have an
update?
entire podcast area in my house in Animal Crossing. You got to come by and check it out. I'll have to put a banner up for you in there.
Okay. Have you
yes,
tried the swimming?
swimming.
Though? And you got to come to my
Yeah, I've
island
gone
too.
twice now. It's a lot of fun. You have an island? You work in Animal Crossing?
I do work. I'm very, very like passive about it, but I am working on it slowly. It's like after
yeah,
I
we
get
gotta
done
do it.
gaming for the day, I'll chill out for like 20 minutes on it, do some basic
Oh,
stuff.
we got to have you over. We'll do an island tour and have you on my channel one day.
Okay. All right.
Speaking of, if you guys haven't watched it, Danny Trejo. Everybody knows Danny Trejo.
Yeah.
He plays Animal Crossing, and there's a YouTube video of a guy interviewing him on Danny Trejo's island. It's freaking amazing. He's like,
That's awesome.
Danny's just tossing butterflies out of his pockets while they're talking. It's great. You got to watch it.
I'm gonna check that out.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm streaming on Twitch 6 days a week, so you guys come and hang out. We have a good time and we keep it positive. That's the main thing. If anybody comes in acting a fool, we boot them. We're just not having it. We're enjoying ourselves. It's a safe space where everybody can talk while we play games. Every Friday night we play Halo 5. I'm going to make an exception tonight and play it because of Bungie Day. But we'll play as many hours as we can until the G Fuel wears off. You know, you do what you can.
I gotta use
We're
some
having a
G
good
Fuel.
time. So
I'm moving to
come by
Destiny
the
after
channel,
this.
guys. I appreciate anybody who takes the time to come and hang out.
Yeah, go check out his channel, guys. Are you going to be? So, what time are you going to go live tonight?
Let's see, it's 3:30 right now. I'll probably be on by 5 tonight, so in an hour and a half.
There you go. All right. Well, that is where our show is going to kind of take an end, guys. We went a little bit longer than usual, but I hope you guys enjoyed having Sully here. If you do want more Sully, just let us know. I'm sure we could probably get him back on here, talk about more stuff, see more updates. But either way, guys, we'll be back on this channel on Thursday, about 2 p.m. Eastern to do Comics Experiment. We're going to be discussing what is the MCU like 10 years later. See, now I told you I'm doing it now. Like, that's
Nice.
the shit. And you can also catch the next show next week. Me and Sal and potentially Scott Snyder talking about Dark Knight's Metal. Maybe if I name him, he'll actually like make it work in his schedule.
Right. He's coming, definitely.
But either way, guys, thank you so much for your support today. I know, Sal, we're going to end the stream right here. Not stream, but we're going to end up recording. So thank
Yes.
you. And don't forget to check out Sully. Like, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. Hit that subscription button over here on Twitch because that's what supports the podcast, keeps them going. And you get early access if you go to patreon.com/comicstorian or patreon.com/comicpop. Thank you, guys. And podcast close.